Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today I'm in my parents' garden. Thought I'd just show this pear tree and apple tree that they have in the garden. I may have featured them in the past. I know I did a shorts video of the apple tree about a month or so ago, but I don't think I've ever shown this pear tree before. So I can't remember the variety. I think it's either a Conference or a Concorde. I do remember it was at least one of those two. Now it's been a very sickly tree since it's been here, really. I think it's been at least 15 to 20 years since we planted it, but it doesn't look like a 15 to 20 year old tree. You can see how small the actual stem is. But not only that, it has been, as I said, a very sickly tree. So yeah, I think you can see here there's some dieback on the tips of it, and you'll see this all over the tree in certain areas of it. And I think this is Fireblight. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I noticed this a few years ago, probably about 5 years ago or so, and I noticed that it never seemed to set any fruit, so the flowers just dropped off and most of the growth didn't develop, so it was very stunted. So what I've been doing, I kept chopping all the diseased parts of the tree off, and over time I've got rid of most of the worst affected sections of the tree. See, now it's much better than it looked a couple of years ago. It's still not ideal, but I don't think there's a cure for this disease. The only way to get rid of it is to destroy the tree, as far as I'm aware. So it's pretty much you just have to trim off the dead bit or the dying bits, and make sure you disinfect the pruners you use if you're going to be pruning anything else with it. But yeah, you can see there are a few pears that have set on it. Not many, but there are a handful on it in different areas of the tree. And it did actually produce a couple of fruits for the first time last year. Yeah, I know. For a tree of this age, it should be in pretty much peak production at this point. But yeah, as I said, most of the time the flowers just dropped off, they went black, and the leaves and the branches just were too badly infected. But yeah, I think the pruning I keep giving it has helped revitalise it a bit. It's also in quite a shady part of the garden, so it's not the most ideal place to have a fruit tree. But yeah, it does get a lot of sun at the top of the tree, as you can see. We're in the evening now. Filmed this video on Sunday the 11th of June, and yeah, it's next to this this camellia, which obviously has no flowers on now. It did flower heavily back in spring. We have some rhubarb here, which has been picked already. And then a rhododendron, a white one. This one flowers quite nicely every year. There's a hydrangea here, which is looking quite dry actually. You can see not really had any substantial rain here for a few weeks. You can see the grass is pretty dead looking as well. And yeah, I just thought I'd also show the apple tree, which I did, as I mentioned, I did a shorts video of it a little while ago when it was in full flower. But yeah, now there is literally hundreds of embryo fruits on it. Of course, the majority of these are not going to hold on. A lot of these will fall off, but it does look like there could be a good crop of apples this year. It does tend to produce well one year, then the next year it's not quite as much, not as heavy, and then I think this year is going to be a heavy year, as long as we get some rain, otherwise it might drop more. But yeah, I'm not really sure what variety this is. Parents don't remember either. We did plant it a long time ago, I think around 25 years ago. So yeah, it's a huge tree now. Definitely needs the top cutting off, because you can't reach any of the fruits up there. Although I just noticed a bit of dieback here on this limb. I'm hoping that isn't Fireblight spreading to this tree, because it's been disease free as long as I can remember. So I think I'm just going to trim this branch off just as a precaution for them. Don't think my parents are even aware of the disease on the pear tree. I have told them, but yeah, I usually trim it for them. So yeah, there are a few little dead branches here, so I'm a little bit concerned that the Fireblight has spread onto this apple tree. As I said, I've never seen any diseased branches like that before. Could also just be general dieback. I mean, it's possible that branch just got damaged, or the heat or something caused that. But yeah, it's again, I'm not sure, as I mentioned, I'm not sure the variety of apples. They're a red apple. The fruits vary quite a bit. Sometimes they're nice and sweet and you can eat them like any other dessert apple, but then sometimes it can be a little bit tart, but they do make good cookers, so you can make apple pies and apple crumbles with it. It does make a good apple crumble and apple pie. But yeah, it's also, like I said, you can eat them fresh off the tree when they're nice and ripe as well. It has more of a pinkish hue sometimes on the outer side when you bite into it. But yeah, I'm not really sure what variety it is. As I said, I'm just going to trim a couple of those little sickly looking branches off this tree. Make sure I give the pruners a disinfect as well. But yeah, I might do an update later in the year if we get if any of these pears and apples hold on. I imagine the apples should. It does tend to fruit every year pretty well. But yeah, the pear tree, as I said, we've only had a couple of pears off it in the whole time it's been here. But yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick video showing these trees in their garden. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoy these videos, and I'll keep you updated with how these are doing, as well as my fruit trees in my garden. This is Rocky, he's just chilling in the garden here. Hot day, isn't it, Rocky?